Every day, more and more road users are filming their journeys, which can often end in disaster. Pioneered by motorists in Russia and Eastern Europe, dashboard-mounted cameras are constantly recording our behavior on the roads. From the bizarre, to the ridiculous, the funny, to the downright dangerous. The thousands and thousands of dashcams around the world have captured just about every mishap you can think of. Now we're going to delve into this treasure trove of stupidity on the roads. Put things right by pointing the finger of blame. Replay the action to see what really happened. And of course, there's nothing like seeing other people's mistakes when it comes to helping us become better drivers. And please remember, on all the clips, yes, that's all the clips we show, no one, and that means no one, is seriously hurt. So drive safely. Not everyone is this lucky. Still to come on the show, more deliciously deplorable driving from the roads around the world that, had it happened in Britain, would have resulted in the following slaps in the face for our beloved highway code. Article 267, when overtaking, make sure that the lane you will be joining is sufficiently clear ahead and behind. Article 7, pedestrians, do not cross until there is a safe gap in the traffic and you are certain that there is plenty of time. Remember, even if traffic is a long way off, it may be approaching very quickly. The one about letting nothing distract you from a glorious sunset. All the World's a Stage, my guide to cracking a career in the West End. Chapter 2, the humiliation of the Starlight Express audition. Road markings. We take them for granted. Just assume they're going to be there, laid out neatly to guide us on our path as we make our journey through life's little wonders. Oh, forget that. Let's rock and roll. Our viewers don't want namby-pamby philosophical musings. They want high-octane metal-on-metal action, punctuated by some light and outdated innuendo and high-jinks 1970s humor from yours truly. So, anyone who won't do adrenaline on this show is on a collision course. Listen, accidents happen to the best of us, but it's important to admit responsibility. Be a man. Take the blame along with any punishment that is yours by rights. Or just scurry away from the scene like a terrible coward and hope nobody noticed. You, sir, are a disgrace. Strange place to park up and leave your dash cam running. Unless, of course, you've arranged a car accident. The perfect crime. Nicely done. Now my wife will think twice about meeting that photocopier salesman at the Travel Tavern. Ha ha ha! Copima, the best place in Belfast for a bumper portion of doner and chips. So good that the enticing smell of fatty lamb meat has Irishmen spinning a jig in celebration. Heavy on the chili sauce, or what else? What's that tractor doing in this bustling cosmopolitan city? He's very much out of his comfort zone. Surely he'd be more comfortable in more rural surroundings. I bet you're all wondering why I'm drawing so much attention to that tractor, aren't you? Ooh, what's it going to do? That crazy tractor. Maybe he'll knock a tree down. Maybe he'll do some crazy donuts. Ha! I pulled the rug from under your feet. This is a dramatic face-off. Who will blink first? The car we're traveling in, or the Passat staring him down? The tension is palpable. No, wait. False alarm. It's one of those rear-facing cameras. Nothing to see here. Okay, what have we here? Nice big junction. Lovely display of flags there. Judging from their movement, I'd say a southeasterly. Oh, we're off. I think we might have stumbled across a street race, or perhaps filming on the Andalusian cable TV rip-off version of The Fast and the Furious. Rapido y Furioso! Well, maybe not. But he lost anyway. Fractions. Who remembers fractions and long division and algebra? Maths was basically just mental torture for children that would go on to serve little or no purpose in later life. At least that's what I thought. But fractions actually do serve a purpose. A fraction is the minuscule variable that comes into play when what was looking like a near miss suddenly becomes a hit. But why is this relevant? Isn't it obvious? Let's play hit or miss. Looking at the vehicles on display here and the landscape, I'd say we're in the beautiful country of North Korea. And I'll leave it there. Best to be safe. So is the silver car crossing our path going to hit the car we're traveling in, the little white car that may or may not be about to appear on the right, or miss both our car and the mythical white car completely? It's a hit, and the myth of the white car becomes a reality. Is that a satellite dish attached to the back of his car? The flash git. Get closer. It's Everton versus Derby at 12:30. But tailgating like this can come at a price. So will we hit the silver car, swerve and hit the central reservation, or apply the brakes and miss completely? It's a miss! Now see if you can get all those specialist channels. It's number 997, a friend of mine told me. Well, these streetlights aren't having much of an effect. What's the wattage on those bulbs? You need to write a strongly worded letter to the council to improve your visibility. But will this lack of light cause our driver to hit the car about to turn in front of him, the bus waiting patiently at the junction? Or will a tug of the steering wheel see us miss? Phew, a miss. And we're plunged into darkness once more. If you can't be bothered to fix your windscreen wipers, at least get out of the car every 5 minutes and wipe it clean with your shirt. No? Well, don't blame me if you run into the back of that car. So will we hit the back of that car, the lamppost, or apply the brakes and miss completely? A miss. Now take your hand off the horn and turn on your ruddy windscreen wipers. And that was hit or miss. The ballroom. A place where dreams come true, where talented and committed couples come together and produce routines of joy and wonder that captivate and transfix the audience. None of which has anything to do with loads of cars spinning around roads and crashing into each other. It must surely be strictly car crashing. First up, a Viennese waltz, and I've been told that this routine opens with a bang, so the ballroom is filled with anticipation, and we're expecting something really special. Here comes the performer now, 1 360 followed by another. Yes, I'd say that's very special. A 9 to kick us off with. Great start. A solo effort next, and it's a bold move attempting a foxtrot without a partner. A little shake of the hips, nice, but then oh dear, he's fallen over his own feet. What a mess, and a solo gamble has not paid off for him. I can only give him 3. This is a dark and moody tango, and I'm liking the initial drama as our partners search for one another. They spot each other across the floor, and that is a dramatic coupling, but can he hold that spin, darling? He can. Colour me pleasantly surprised, it's an 8. The samba is all about the hip action, and that is a nice shimmy to kick us off, but a spin in the samba, no. This is all wrong, my friends. Shimmy and shake, not spin and slide. Back to dance class for you, it's a 4. This jive is off to a promising start. Plenty of pace and some great footwork there as he cuts across the dance floor. But oh no, darling, you've overcooked it, I'm afraid. And that climax is frankly frightful. I don't care for this one bit, I'm sorry. A 5 for the start, but the rest was simply ghastly. The rumba now, a sensual and sexual dance where the moment the couple meet on the dance floor needs to evoke real power and emotion. Well, the drama was certainly there, but that lacked emotion for me, a solid 7. What is John Virgo doing on our show? Yes, Judge! And to finish, we have a quick step, and this is certainly quick. Look at the way these two move across the dance floor at pace, carving out a path in front of them. A tremendous bit of footwork there, and yes, I think they are going to try the diagonal passover. If this works, then we are going to have something really special. And they've pulled it off with ease. What a finale. It really does not get better than this. A perfect 10. Well, that's all for this week, I'm afraid. But do remember, keep crashing! We here at Car Crash TV like to focus on the road users of the 4-wheeled variety, the clues in the title. And every once in a while we spend time with the 2, 6, 8 and 10-wheeled variety too. But there's one type of road user that occasionally we're contractually obliged to touch upon, though God knows I'd rather not. You see, they're a menace, a pain, and the scourge of my life. I am, of course, talking about the pesky pedestrians. Jaywalking 101. Remember, you're essentially doing something illegal, so it's important not to draw attention to yourself. That's right, head down, don't flinch, and crucially, don't acknowledge anyone that you've inconvenienced. Well done, sir. You're a natural. The Pedestrians, when out and about with your offspring, please be mindful of the clothes you put yourself in. Yes, I know you two look adorable in your matching outfits, but when you look so adorable that you stop traffic, then we have a problem. We here at Car Crash TV Towers are a simple bunch, so whenever we're feeling low, we simply break out this clip and watch it again, and again, and again. What larks! The green cross code told us to look right, look left, and look right again. In case you were wondering, this is why. Side note, do zebra crossings mean nothing to these drivers? Apparently not. Well, I'm glad we've cleared that up. Of course, we have seen that rollerblader clip many, many times, so we keep this one in reserve for when we fancy a change. It never, ever gets old. Yes, crossing the old road is a very, very dangerous thing to do. So sometimes it's best to give up, pretend you didn't want to do it in the first place, and flounce off home. The motor car is made up of a great number of component parts, all painstakingly put together by an army of robots in some glamorous location like Sunderland. However, this hard work can often be undone when a road traffic accident sees some of those component parts strewn all over the road. Ever the opportunists, we've taken these motor misfortunes and turned them into a game of chance for you lovely viewers to play along with at home. We came up with a snazzy title for it too. A title that means we have to turn it up to 11 and get ready to rock out as we play Appetite for Deconstruction.
Wow, that's an impressive piece of hardware. Are we in a rap video or something? Surely no driver would try and go head-to-head with this beast. I've spoken too soon. That's a tight gap, so our four-wheel friend is going to be relieved of an extremity. But which one? Is it a bumper? Is it a wing mirror? Or is it a wheel? Of course, it was the wing mirror. I promise you they do get harder. Look at that! Those are a cracking pair of stonewashed jeans, fella. I had a pair like those back in the 80s. Hang on, I thought we were in the 80s. The car we're on board is slowing down for a closer look too. Can't say I blame him. However, stopping will come at a price, my friend. But what price will that be? A wing mirror, a number plate, a hubcap. Double bubble, it's a hubcap and a wing mirror. How's he going to afford to buy those jeans now? This guy's in a hell of a hurry. Reminds me of the time I had to make a swift exit from the hotel in Bruges when I woke up to find 2 cows, a pensioner and 5 empty bottles of Jack in me room. They were not happy. I'd paid the price that day, well, my agent did, and this guy's going to as well. But will that price be a wheel, a hubcap or a bumper? Yes, it was the bumper. Bad luck, buddy. Get yourself to rehab, friend. That always sorts me out. Till Friday night anyway. Sunrise in the city, my favourite time of the day, as it's usually when I hit the sack after another heavy night of partying. It looks like these two have been partying hard too. However, burning the candle at both ends comes at a price. But will that price be a bumper, a number plate, or a wheel? It was a number plate. Small price to pay, though, for sampling that rock and roll lifestyle. If anyone needs me, I'll be in my Winnebago with a gaggle of groupies. Join us soon for more Appetite for Deconstruction.
Coming up later on Car Crash TV, we will endure some awful overtaking, enjoy being out in the sticks, and be almost entertained, but not quite. But first, glorious weather, everyone obeying the rules of the road. It almost seems a shame to ruin this picturesque scene, but we're going to. The question, my friends, is how? And the answer is, what happens next? It's electric. Welcome back to Car Crash TV. So what did happen next? Well, you will have noticed the intricate system of wiring above the road. And here comes a lorry driver who hasn't read his manual and has no idea how tall his monstrous vehicle is. It's only going to end one way. What I like about this clip, though, is despite the massive disruption to the infrastructure, the pedestrians just carry on about their business like nothing just happened. You've just dodged death, you moron. At least take a minute to ponder your mortality, for God's sake. Overtaking. It gets a bad rap on this show, considering it's a perfectly acceptable driving maneuver to perform. Maybe we shouldn't put this simple act under such scrutiny. Maybe we should leave it alone. And so I give you the awful overtaking countdown.
And at number 8, take this cretin. Look, I know spring has sprung, and you're eager to get to Capatow to snap up some decking, a wheelbarrow, and a barbecue.
They also do a nice line in hot tubs. Changed my life, and my wife's, and our neighbors.
But that's no excuse for flagrantly weaving in and out of traffic like this. It'll only end one way. And in at 7, when you decide to overtake, you should always do so with purpose, my friends. Don't chicken out at the last minute because 1, you'll lose face, and 2, you'll do this and probably lose your exhaust and any number of crucial engine parts. Plus, this isn't really the kind of place you want to be breaking down, truth be told. Looks like Evil Dead country. Falling to 6. Look, I get it. Being stuck in traffic is annoying. But you know what's more annoying? Removing your front bumper from another vehicle's front bumper because you behaved like a ruddy pillock. In at 5, earlier I suggested if you're going to overtake, do it with purpose. On a more basic level, if you're going to overtake, drive past the person you're trying to overtake. A non-mover at 4. Can someone let that guy know that his brake lights are acting up? I think he's got a serious problem with the electrics on his car that he needs to be made aware of. Nice to see a good Samaritan out on the highways there. Climbing to 3 lorries and a Peugeot to overtake. I think I'd best hold my course. Oh, for God's sake, can you really be in that much of a hurry? Oi, where are you going? You just brushed my bumper. And falling to 2. I always thought it was a myth that using the bus lane was banned. However, in this town, they take such infringement seriously. The moment your tire sneaks across the white line, the authorities pounce, and we can do with some proper policing like that in Dorset. Straight in at number 1. In this part of the world, they've taken speed dating to the roads. But for the woman driving the car we're traveling in, one look at this idiot wearing a vest and driving something that barely passes as an automobile is enough for her to realize love isn't about to blossom. He's not keen either. Chin up though, guys. There's something out there for everyone.
Those near misses in life can be a blessing or a curse. The might have beens, the should or shouldn't moments, or simply seeing your life flash before your eyes. What's always certain, however, is that a near miss in a car is a whole lot better than smashing into a buttered delivery truck at 50 miles an hour. God, I was cheesed off about that. Look, I complain about these scripts at the highest level, and I'm not going to take it anymore. Do you know I was once in an episode of Howard's Way? Get my agent on the phone. And so we come to the round entitled Almost, but Not Quite. Look, I know we're all trying to save money these days, what with salary packages being frozen by big businesses and inflation always on the rise, but seriously, if you pop to one of those bargain shops, you can pick up some screen wash for £1, a small price to pay for continued road safety. I remember back in the day when we used to ride bikes down to the park. We didn't attach cameras to them back then, and impromptu gymnastic sessions were all the rage. Alley-o! Is he okay? Can we check? God, the suspense is killing me. This is almost not funny now. He's okay! Phew, that was almost the end of our show. Let's see the action again. Well, Bob, he's taken an initial hit on the car there, then he's flown through the air, a great 180 spin, and then he's gone in sideways from there. Really a perfect execution. This is such a cool video game. Hurtling down icy and snow-covered roads at high speeds is always a great idea, right? I mean, nothing could possibly go wrong. Oh, look, a fork in the road. Will he go left or right? Straight on. Frighteningly realistic graphics. Another case of Attack of the Slush here, my friends. Like in about 1,000 car crash TV clips, I know what's going to happen. He'll skid, he'll hit that guy, he'll have a near miss with that one, and I'll do some kind of line about making sure you don't get rear-ended on quiet country lanes. I want out this time! I want some escapism! Who doesn't love a Renaissance fair? All that medieval reenactment is thrilling. This guy loves them so much he's affixed a tiny jousting pole to his windscreen and is seeking out worthy opponents on the road. Ah, another night is bested. The point of the Dashcam is to collect evidence of vehicular accidents, so they might be used to help solve disputed insurance claims. Unless you're this guy, who works for me. Thanks, Jerry. That's another £1.50 for you in the post. How much of that do you need to pay the truck driver? I'm your classic city dweller, your archetypal cat around town. I spend my days bouncing from coffee shop to coffee shop, drinking soya lattes, reading the Times, whilst occasionally popping onto one of those dating apps and seeing who's 50 yards away with 10 minutes to spare. But every once in a while, I choose to cleanse my soul of the filth of the city and get back to nature and forget all about Antonio 1991 and his Sicilian salami. Yes, it's good for one's state of mind and bank balance to occasionally go out in the sticks. Just because you're out in the sticks and the roads are quiet doesn't mean you shouldn't obey the basic rules of the road. This guy's got the right idea, indicating in good time to turn left. Sadly though, whilst you can maintain control of your own behavior, you can do nothing about the other cretins on the road. When out in the sticks, the temptation is to speed, but as always, temptation comes at a cost. In this case, the cost of digging your £200,000 Bentley Continental out of a ditch. They don't believe in pedestrian crossings out in the sticks, so sadly scenes like this are commonplace. That smashed-in road sign could easily have been avoided with the application of some white paint to that road. I've got a couple of tins of emulsion in my garage that you're welcome to. People move to the country to get away from it all, but there's one thing you can't get away from, I'm afraid. The larder alert. It's coming at you at 60 miles an hour this time. It's the little car that really does get everywhere. One of the biggest problems out in the sticks is ready access to moonshine. This fella looks like he's had a skinful. At least he's not so hammered that he can't recognize a red light, though. Every cloud. Where the sunset's right, you just need to stop right there and snap it for Instagram. Even if using another car for the deceleration is part of the package, it could go viral. As we established earlier, some people use being out in the sticks as an excuse to drive fast. Side note, some also use it as an excuse to drive fast and like a total pillock. And there is your utterly conclusive evidence. What a total pillock. I've watched this clip a number of times now, and I really have absolutely no idea how this driver manages to end up off the road. Yes, it's cold, and he's going at a fair lick, but I can't see any ice on the road. It's as dry as a bone. He just went the wrong way round that van, the plonker.